Bitcoin versus the dollar. Every time you have a massive move, Bitcoin goes sharply higher. Has the banana zone been cancelled?
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Raoul reveals insights on whether crypto will ever recover. This video covers his predictions, analysis, and market outlook. Let's watch them to uncover truth behind crypto's future.
Yes, I am an utter moron, and I will take that all day. However, the banana zone is a multi-phase affair and a multi-month and over a year affair. And those of you who expect number go up all the time are only remembering what the banana zone is at certain periods of time. Your number's not going up because you own a bunch of shitholds and you're like complaining. Okay, I get it. Let's go through this again for you morons out there. The banana zone starts. This is the banana zone in the box. We then have a corrective period. Look at this. Corrective period, corrective period, corrective period, corrective period. Does this look any different than this one? No. And then what happens? Banana zone phase 2. Banana zone phase 2. Banana zone phase 2. Then we have another corrective zone. And you're all going to be throwing your toys out the pram. It's all over. It's just like 2021 again. Blah, 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 blah. And guess what? We will correct, and it will go higher again. That's how the banana zone works. And you guys have to learn patience. I know I say this all the time.
Michael Saylor's strategy has purchased 6,911 Bitcoin for $584 million. Surpassing 500,000 BTC in total holdings, according to a recent SEC filing. The average purchase price stands at $84,529, lifting Strategy's overall Bitcoin stacked to 506,137 coins at an aggregate cost of $33.7 billion. This milestone followed Michael Saylor's hint of a major move after the company priced its preferred stock offering on March 21. Projected to raise $711 million by 2025. Despite concerns over global tariffs, Strategy continues aggressive Bitcoin accumulation, while institutional interest and ETF inflows recover. Analysts warn that trade war fears could disrupt markets through early April, but Strategy's unshaken confidence suggests it views any potential dip as a buying opportunity. Observers note risk assets may remain volatile until tariffs are addressed, though Saylor's position indicates faith in Bitcoin's resilience. Traders will be watching if further tariff developments affect Strategy's expansion in the coming weeks ahead.
NASDAQ, let's talk about equities. You guys are nervous Nellies. This is like one of the most bearish ever readings in the history of the NASDAQ. Oh my God, Trump and Scott Bessent and tariffs, and they're all going to make us die. And you guys, stop. You are all way too bearish. The percentage of stocks trading with a RSI of less than 30 is almost record territory. And guess what? Global M2, because the everything code drives everything, drives NASDAQ too. And you guys trying to sell the NASDAQ here are selling something that is perfectly priced for liquidity. And we've had these liquidity air pockets in the past. Liquidity air pocket is when liquidity is not rising, NASDAQ overshoots, it recorrects, comes back down to trend, and then follows liquidity. Remember, NASDAQ has a 97.5% correlation to global total liquidity, which is the index that we use on a broader basis. 97.5%. Bitcoin has an 89% correlation with global liquidity. Global liquidity, I wrote about this in GMI, and there's probably not much time to talk about it now, but is my preferred measure these days. If we go back to the early phase of the Everything Code, the balance sheet was the main thing. After the balance sheet use, we started using Fed net liquidity. Once people understood that the balance sheet was printing of money and debasement, they started moving to Fed net liquidity. Now, all of FinSwit understands Fed net liquidity, as does crypto Twitter. And so they're looking at a TGA and the reverse repo and all of this stuff. Meanwhile, the game has moved. The game is always moving, my friends. The game has moved to total liquidity in the US and everywhere around the world. Total liquidity includes M2. It includes net liquidity at every single major economy level, net liquidity, plus M2. And M2's largest driver is the dollar. That is what they're now doing, which means that they're pushing the monetary policy onto the balance sheet of the banks themselves. So, total global liquidity is the big one. M2, very useful number because it's a large part of it. Okay. NASDAQ and financial conditions way overshot. Financial conditions are going higher with a 6-month lead. NASDAQ undershot. I would not be surprised if it bounces. NASDAQ, all of you, there's so many people on Twitter who just hate technology. They hate the fact that the number goes up over the time. They hate the fact that there's a bunch of large companies who make money. They want it to be about small companies. They want it to be about value investing. It ain't so. This is the largest observable trend of our lifetimes, is the log regression channel in the NASDAQ. Get over it. We're here to make money, not fucking be a justice warrior. And here we are in the sort of correction phase that we get often in the NASDAQ to drive the type of returns that we get. About 17, 18% a year returns from the NASDAQ, and you get larger returns.
Arthur Hayes, co-founder of BitMEX, is forecasting a remarkable surge for Bitcoin, predicting it could ascend to $110,000 before retracing to about $76,500. He bases this bullish outlook on the Federal Reserve's pivot from quantitative tightening to quantitative easing, which he believes will flood the market with liquidity via government bond purchases. This shift, he contends, will support rising demand for Bitcoin, even as some experts question the sustainability of the rally. Hayes also comments that new import tariffs, in line with Fed Chair Jerome Powell's perspective, should have a limited impact on inflation. Some believe President Trump's tariff stance could trigger new uncertainties for markets. He cautions that the broader economic outlook remains uncertain, with potential risks tied to evolving monetary policy. Earlier this year, he made waves by projecting a long-term target of $250,000 for Bitcoin, citing the combined effect of capital influx and the possibility of a weakened U.S. dollar. Other voices offer a more cautious viewpoint. CryptoQuint CEO Kai-Yum Ju expects short-term sideways or downward price movement, guided by on-chain metrics that signal a possible bearish phase in the next 6 to 12 months. Even so, Bitcoin's market capitalization recently soared to $1.72 trillion, accompanied by a single-day trading volume increase of 78.82%, reinforcing an overall sense of optimism among many investors. With Bitcoin's price hitting $86,866.61, scarcity further intensifies speculation, given that only around 2.16 million coins remain to be mined. Hayes sees these combined factors propelling the cryptocurrency toward ambitious levels, albeit with a likely stop at $76,500 if market volatility reasserts itself. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.